The Creeper. Favorite for many, many, many. So how does it start? And here's the thing. I like the Creeper just like based on itself, and you'll see later on. And when I'm talking about you, I'm probably talking about me looking back at this video and being like, you really didn't have any more better things to do. So, yeah. So the Creeper, they stumble on their way to a part. Oh, yeah. So they're on their way to the party, and they find the dude laying on the ground, and then they give him the paper. So that's how they find out about the mystery. +3. The story is heard from the person that eventually would become the man behind the mask. -3. So the power is essentially he can just walk through walls, and I'm guessing he's kind of strong as well. So +2. So when the Creeper shows up at the place first, Velma's things fall, glasses, they fall. The gang runs away and they just leave Velma to the Creeper. -1 for that. The music, I love the music in this one. +2. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. So I'm sorry, I like this music. +2. So this whole time the Creeper is after a paper. Eventually come to know that it's because it has incriminating information. So -2 because he's not really scary. He's just after a piece of paper. And nah, -2. I like the fork on the ground thing where Scooby and Shaggy run into it and then crash, and the Creeper, you would think that like, oh, I saw them, but no, he eventually runs into the same thing, crashes, +1. The whole Velma glasses, like you wouldn't hit a person with glasses, would you? And the guy goes for the glasses, so +1 for that. I also added 1 point for the bouncing horse. You know, when Scooby or the gang, fly over the, I don't even know, the gorge, with 2 horses and the I don't even know what's called, a thing where they're all in. And then the Creeper with just 1 horse jumps and then falls down and then bones back up and then runs. +1. Scooby-Doo becomes a parent to a little baby chick. +2. So the clues for this episode was the hidden car that they find, the torn up negatives, +1. Sorry, the hidden car was +1. And then the hermit wait, no, that's not a clue. The hermit in the, so the hermit, +1. I like that character. Come back, So I took away 4 points because there was no trap. They were all just running away from the Creeper. But I did add 3 points back because the second chase was really interesting as well. I like it. Especially for the first time we see a ghost one-on-one chasing Freddy. And I was like, whoa, new style. I like. So the second chase, +3. I took away 3 points because the gang didn't know who it was. I added 3 points for the... I added 3 points essentially because the one actual clue that they needed was with them all along. And it was the flame will tell the Creeper. So like that ominous things like, who's a Creeper? And what do you mean about the flame, they could have just burned the paper or just handed it over to the person who would be actually the creeper. So 3 points for that storyline. And an extra point because I find it kind of funny when the creeper comes out of the hay and he has hay in his mouth. So +1 for that. Ba, 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 ba. All right. So we eventually discover the ghost of, well, not the ghost. The creeper is essentially a kind of like Hyde. He just steals money. So, but he's not. I mean, well, he's the ghost. He is a ghost. The guy said so. He's a ghost. He's a phantom or whatever. He can walk through walls. So he's the creeper, and so she's still after money. -1. I added a point because the creeper was captured by Scooby, unmasked by Scooby, so +2 there as well. Oh, the Fred chase thing that I mentioned, +1, and then the creeper being on a horse, that just looks kind of funny, so +1 for that as well. The explanation for the episode, +8, and the episode itself, I liked this episode, +9. So all in all, in the total for this episode, I gave it a, 30 points for the creeper. The caveman. So Shaggy is fishing, pulls out the caveman, +3 for how they stumble onto the mystery. The octopus mom that like grabs Scooby and +1. The phone bit when Shaggy's trying to call the police and then rings and Scooby's like, +1. Oh, Shaggy carrying Scooby, so while Scooby sniffs for clues, +1. The clues, footprints, the ocean chart, the ice machine, 3 points in total for that. The caveman looks like it's only scaring, not really after anything, just trying to scare them away, +3. Once again, Velma carrying the team whenever they're trying to run away, +2. The scream in the bag bit, and then the caveman opens and there's Scooby screams, +1. There's a bit where Shaggy is running away from the caveman with Scooby, and you can hear Shaggy's voice, but Shaggy's mouth isn't moving. So -1. The caveman has a club and he uses as well, +1. And he's strong as well, another power, +1. The whale is an excellent basketball player. He has Shaggy and Scooby in the tail, throws them, and literally, like, Kobe them into a garbage trash can. So, +1 for that whale. I gave 1 point for the whole, it's not cold feet I'm worrying about. Take that sentence as you will. Mind you, Shaggy is sitting on the ice while he's rowing. So maybe he's just talking like, I don't want this ice to melt before we get there. Or he's freezing or cold or some other parts. +1. The Shaggy and Scooby disguise to lure out the caveman and the fish, and then Scooby like charging the caveman with it. Oof. +3. The trap fails, however, because danger prone Daphne, -4. Also, that monstrous scream, that terrifying scream from the caveman, whatever it sounds like, +2. Like whenever I hear that scream, I'm like, so +2. They didn't know who the caveman was, -3. The explanation of putting all the clues together, +7. And the episode itself, to me, +6. Again, the video is taking long, trying to trudge all of these. Total for the caveman, 29 points. All right, last 4. The Headless Spectre. So how do they find into the the mystery, they get lost. So +2, that happened before. Also, they did a vote to see which way to go, and Fred didn't vote. I think he should have just voted before the whole baloney thing. So I took away a point for Fred's lack of participation, and then I added a point for the baloney bit. Yeah. Also, when they are underway to like the short route, and Shaggy is like holding to Scooby, it looks like he's like holding Scooby like that or whatever. I don't know. It's just kind of like weird animation there. -1. The story is heard from from the person who is not the villain, but is the villain at the end. So I just gave that 3 points. Oh, the whole Velma saying ghosts don't exist, and Shaggy replying, yeah, but does the ghost know that? So, +1. The floating candle, +1. And also 1 point for the well ghost that we find out it's a balloon with a sheet covered over it, +1. I say I put a point here. It says Shaggy doing Scoob dirty, but how do you? Oh, yeah. When they find the box and Fred is like, all right, who wants to open it? And Shaggy goes like this, and Scooby's like, trying to stop it. And then it's like, a volunteer. Like, dang, Shaggy, how dare you? How dare you? So I added a point for that. Scooby fainted, so +2. Clues, the footprints. I'm still wondering how he did the whole, literally doing the splits. But anyways, the diary that they find, +1. The secret door that leads to finding the room with the cans of balloon, +2. The music chase for this one, I like it as well. Let me find it. You got to be a friend. All right, so that's that one. +2. The stomping. Oh, when the specter jumps on the bed, thinking that it's the Shaggy, Scooby, and Velma, and he's just like stomping away in the bed, like, dang, heaven specter, woof, going crazy. The trap. Oh, there is no trap, so -4. They didn't know who it was. -3. They realized the situation, and they're like, hey, yo, we'll help you. +2 for that. They could have been like, nah, we're gonna find it, or any other type of things. So +2 for helping them. Having Fred and Shaggy being the ones to lure the actual villain, +1. The real villain twist, +2. The twist in which like there's a second ghost, and then it's what's it called? and it's the guy that told him the story about the headless specter. So +2 for that. The trap does work to capture that ghost, so +3. The explanation was already sort of kind of given. There really wasn't much afterwards. +7. The episode itself, I like it. +8. Shaggy and Scooby. Oh, I gave the point to Shaggy and Scooby because they were the ones who were involved in capturing the Headless Spectre. So 1 point because they really didn't. Whatever. And the unmasking of the phony ghost, +1, which brings the Headless Spectre to a total. Oh, and the Spectre was also just scaring. So +3 for that. And so Headless Spectre, a total of 37 points.